The Road to War. Written and narrated by John Miro. Get more at servingworlds.com. 29. Bowen was a lot heavier than he looked, even with only one arm. But Willard picked him up and weaved out of the door following Tubby, Red, and Scott. The kid had the door to the next pod open by the time Willard crossed the exposed, warehouse-sized space of the wheel. Inside the other pod marked the fridge, the Tubby guy moved agilely around Willard and cleared a table for Bowen. Red swooped in next and cut the spacesuit off Bowen's arm first and in a few cuts more stripped it off to the waist. Then Scott hip-checked Willard out of the way and evaluated Bowen's cleanly severed shoulder. Calvin, blood volumizer, bottom drawer. Tubby, Calvin, already had a handful of vials and plastic cases in his hands. Willard forced himself to take a step away from the table and let the doctors save his friend's life. "Scotty," Red called warmly, serenely, from above the hand-wash station on the opposite wall from the door. Scott looked up, a confused expression on his face. "Calvin can assist," she said through the surgical mask already over her mouth. "See what's wrong with Lieutenant Sue's leg." Willard looked down and saw the blood slick, dripping down from a hole in his thigh. All right. He'd forgotten about that. His eyebrows knit together. How the hell did I make it all that way carrying Bowen? Scott herded him gently away from the table and up onto the stairs to the second level. The kid had to work pretty hard, but he got through the spacesuit. Willard laid all the way down on the stairs when Scott came back from the operating room with an instrument tray and started making friends with the hole in his leg. Very lucky. Minor muscular damage. No skeletal damage at all. Missed the major blood vessels, too? You got stabbed before I did, Willard remembered. You okay for this right now? Scott chuckled. One thing doctors can do in their sleep is suturing. Want something for the pain? Hell yes, Willard hissed, but only something I can take and shit, Willard gasped. Shoot straight. Dr. Kincaid looked over Willard's spacesuit, patting the sides until he found the standard issue first aid kit on the side. You've already got just the thing. Pain flared when Kincaid opened up with the same painkiller-enriched spray skin Bowen had fixed his own shoulder with. Then the world picked up speed when the meds kicked in. Better, Willard sighed. But go easy with that spray. I've been on my feet or flying for 18 hours. The churn? How bad is it out there? Scott asked. Right. He's been locked in a Faraday cage with a psycho torture victim on a rampage, and he's still thought to worry about others. Good people. We knew we'd take a hit, he hissed. And we did. Scott was silent after that. Willard kept a hand close to the rifle leaning against the wall beside him and grit his teeth while Scott cleaned up the wound. Scott, Dr. Kincaid, how do we get a call out for backup? I've got 2 soldiers sweeping ricin that need to know what's in here with us. Scott, the kid confirmed, and then gave a weak smile. We start running down the spoke and shoot anything that follows? Something pulled in Willard's thigh and his breath hitched in pain. He hid it behind a laugh. We've got 2 guns and limited clips. Unless you know where there's more. Scott looked up and smiled. As a matter of fact. Willard nodded. Good news at last. Okay, we'll just wait until Bowen can be moved. Scott frowned and looked back down. Could be a while. The thing pulling in Willard's thigh pulled harder, like a vulture tugging his veins out for worms. He put his head all the way back and picked a focus point at the top of the stairs. Deep breath in. Holy hell, that hurt. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Curse and repeat. His focus point was at the monitor at the top, a list of the test subjects' names. Poor bastards. Janine Parsons. I hope I get that chance to end you. Deep breath in. Carol Steeps. How much did you know before you volunteered, Carol? Deep breath out. Ellert Bacco. He knew that name, but where from? Ow! Deep breath in. Boyd Thatcher. Boyd. Who named their kid Boyd? Holy shit! Ow! Deep breath out. Li Hu Zhang. Willard's eyes flew wide. He slapped Scott's hand away and scrambled up the stairs. "Lieutenant," Kincaid called, "your sutures aren't finished." Willard stumbled to the top and read the name again. It still said Li Huzhong. "Where is he? Where's Li Zhang?" He turned and shouted down the stairs, "Take me to him now!" You have been listening to Reach, The Road to War. Written and narrated by John Miro. Music, All This by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Hear more of the story at servingworlds.com. Thank you for listening.